folks, this is your last opportunity to grab your sunglasses. Here we go. Oh wow, yeah, that's twinkly. Good morning, everybody. It's just exceptionally Eugene gloomy out here today. Beautiful like I like it, nice and cool and cold. And today, we have our friend the Camry back for a second round of service. Now, we gonna do a whole bunch of stuff to this today, thus the early start. But I just want to begin by everybody getting a view of what things look like. The performance of them headlights, nice and yeller like Meller. Running good after my tune-up. Got a little exhaust shield rattle or something going on. Way different sounding car. But so this one's on deck for front end and a bunch of cosmetic. We're going to start with the cosmetic because it's freezing cold out here, and well, I got to get my blood running at some point before I dive into that front end. But yeah, you can see we've got some pretty good fogging and cataracts here. Y'all saw what the beam performance was like. Time for some face-off action. I think a good place to start on this one is to go ahead and get rid of the cataracts. So as you can see here, they shipped us eagle eyes from the various manufacturers, and boy, that's going to be nice. We got new reflector, we got new lens, we got no fog. It's still got the plastic wrap on it, if you're seeing that. Replacing that, which I've certainly seen worse, but boy, is this going to make a difference. Also, we got some extra red hot bulbs to go in this. So getting these out is not too difficult. We'll go ahead and get the hood open and begin the process of extracting the cataracts. All right, as you can see, it really doesn't take all that long to pluck these guys out. You got two 10mm bolts up top. You've got a clip that engages on the side of the side light that can be pushed out that tab. Then this slides forward. Then you'll have a hidden-ish 10mm there. Same process on the other side. Real simple to get the new ones in too. First thing I'm going to do though is do just a little bit of wiping up of some things I won't be able to get to in the future. And it's a little cold to get anything wet and go too crazy with cleaning, but I want it to look like I was here. As part of a healthy headlamp assembly replacement, I always like to upgrade the bulbs to retina scalders while I'm at it. So we got Philips Night Guide Platinum 9005s. Those are up to 130% brighter. Those are mean as hell. I believe that's the low beams for this situation. Not the longest lasting bulb, but certainly is hot. And then I think these are the high beams or the extreme vision, which is supposed to be 100% more light output. Again, retina scalding stuff here, folks. Very, very bright. The new units come with the $2 type bulbs, which I'll give to the customer as replacements if they ever need them, as these ultra brights don't last forever. That being said, for the meantime, it's dark here in Eugene. We do not have proper street lighting. And while I wouldn't, well, I will, but this might not belong on a pickup truck that sits 8 feet in the air. These 20-year-old cars need all the help they can get, especially out here. See and be seen. That was quick and easy and a good way to start the day. And I love doing headlamp service because it always gives you such an immediate cosmetic and functional benefit. I mean, just look at it, folks. You can see the blue glow from them high beams. So we're the 100% brighter on the regular beams, 130% brighter on the high beams. With no cataracts, we're better and brighter in every way. So let's turn them on. All right, folks, this is your last opportunity to grab your sunglasses. Here we go. Oh wow, yeah, that's twinkly. I suppose y'all can see a difference in that. Car's much more visible, and they'll be able to see a whole lot better. So that's low beam. All right, I'm seeing spots. Let's turn on the x-rays. That's Japanese, so I pull forward. No, I push it forward. There we go. Woo! Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Yeah, everyone else in the neighborhood's going to hate that. The client's going to love it. That's what you do in Eugene. Make them bright. Let there be light. boy, doesn't that look like fun? Once I get started, I don't stop. We got the old busted, crusted, original strut assembly out with its sway bar link. Notice that I just pull the bottom side of those and drop the top nuts on the strut and pop it out. I don't bother disconnecting one from the other to get it out. And with this one, I am doing lower control arms, but I found it easier on these. Just get my CV axle nut loosened, get that all off, get my tie rod end disconnected from the outer, and then just to drop the ball joint off the control arm so I can remove the entire knuckle from the car with the brakes in situ, and I can deal with that bottom ball joint a whole lot easier with it like that than I can trying to get around that castle nut with the socket, as you can see how close the axle is going to live to that. So in my opinion, that's the right way to service it. 3 big bolts hold the lower control arm in still. I'm probably going to cheat and go get the air out for this because it's freezing cold and I'd like to make better time than I have to. Also, I know how stuck ass those can be. Although on this side, it's usually not too bad because we have the long-term power steering leak that most of these are going to have going on, which has, made things not rusty and stuck so far. So, relatively clean, relatively easy, a lot more to do. Let's get rocking. Okay, out with the bad, in with the good. As you can see here, I got my FCS strut assembly assembled with my Suspensia sway bar link on that end. Did that up, so it's just easy to install in the car with that pre-tightened. Got my new control arm and new ball joint. Control arm, I believe, is Moog. I forget what we did with the boxes for these. There's a long story to that. Ball joints are by Delphi. I'll still believe in them for a ball joint. No more fuel pumps by them, but it's a good ball joint. So, next step, critical key. See that little piece right there? That's got to swap over to this new control arm, so I'm going to clean that up so it's not gross and put that on there. But that is key. If you don't do that, you can install it, and it'll be out of alignment as hell without that being repairable. So all in all, you see the state of what's coming off. You see what's going on. It's going to be pretty up in here. Let's keep rocking and make progress. I want to see this one out the door today. It's been a good long day already, but I'm still kicking on it. But I imagine this ought to ride a hell of a lot better. What do y'all think? So we got new outer tie rod end, new sway bar link. I'm going to PB blaster these sway bar bushings and take care of them on another assignment because I'm afraid them bolts are going to do the snappy. That's how they acted. So we're stopping. That'll be okay for right now. Lower control arm is new. Ball joint and the lower control arm is new and pretty. So all this is marked up good. Everything's tight. Everything's ready to rock there. Only thing for me to do is to put the wheel on the car so I can tighten the axle nut, and then we'll remaneuver this thing and get knocking on that other side. If everything will go my way, I can do this entire damn thing today. Knock on wood, wish me luck. Having fun in the Oregon sun, if you want to call it that. We got the main part of the front end out. Now all that's left is to blast out this control arm. Yes, I am going to go straight to the air tool. Yes, I'm trying to make good time at this point. I got about an hour and a half to complete this front end, and I don't see why I can't get there if nothing fights the hell out of me. Let's rock, let's roll, let's hit it hard. It's been a sun up to sundown experience today, but I believe we're there. Got all this installed and marked up, looking pretty. All of it's tight, all of it's ready to rock. Ain't gonna have a whole lot of problem there. Oh, I need to mark those final bolts. We'll just do that while we're on camera, why don't we? Now, I know them are 1000% tight. I already double checked them. I just hadn't got back in here with the paint pen yet. So that's marked. And this one is marked. All right, that's all the marking finished. See, marked. Now we are ready to rock with this thing. Let's put the wheel back on and do a little testing and see how she performs. Well, the front end is back together and looking happy, and we're about to go test it. Now it's sitting up higher, of course it is, especially on the front. Some of that'll sag out as soon as I drive forward. However, you can definitely tell it is in fact ready for them rear ones. So we'll have another service coming up to make the back as good as the front. But as you can see here, front end Willie Jenkins 11 to 23, headlamp assemblies WJ 11 to 23. All this tune-up got done by me real recently. So let's go put away our toys and take this for a test drive and make sure everything's in one piece. Then we'll call the customer for pickup. What a day, folks. Well, that drives like a totally different car, folks. No more noise out of the front end. Plenty of noise out of the back end. As you can see here, the front is nice and tight like it ought to be. Hearing all kinds of noise in the car when I took it on test drive, and then I look in the back seat and there's a bunch of jelly jars. Yeah, that'll make high pitch rattling, but yeah, needs them on the rear. That's the next step. But all things are good here. Front end together, all happy. Headlights, car transformed, looking like a different vehicle. It's been enough of a day. I got about 10 minutes left of daylight out here. I did not get the turn signal bulbs in it. I did not get the IAC in it. Those two little things. But we're going to see it again for the rears. So, not a problem. Running happy, running strong. I'm going to get cleaned up and collect the pay.